This has got to be the most ironic moment ever in my life.
Samir, what are you doing? We're ready.
Oh, he's probably just being his mopey self. I really wish I knew why he was so down when the weather is so beautiful.
Samir is Samir. He'll find a reason to have drama somewhere.
Right you are. You know, I'm glad he has a friend like you. You keep him on his toes as much as I do.
Yes, friend.
When did it get this mixed up? How long has it even been? A few months previous.
Oh, I absolutely love markets like this. Thank you for bringing me. Next time we should invite your roommate to come along.
Sure. Wait, what? Gomeh. Invite him? That's a weird thing to say on a date.
Oh, Samir, we don't have to do everything as a date. I would like to meet some of your friends sometime. You never talk about them?
Truthfully, I've lost contact with a lot of them. My two closest friends kind of fell off the face of the earth. Scott and Damien have their own busy lives.
What about Gomeh? Is he not a friend?
He's a something. But yeah, I guess he's a friend.
I just want to know more about you and your world. I like you a lot and I'd like to be more serious.
What? No! Worst timing. Ever. You're all kinds of amazing, Shanae.
What do you say?
It's wonderful and I definitely... Well, you see the time.
Go ahead and answer. I'm going to look at the dresses across the way.
Gomeh, two things.
Yes, hello to you too.
Listen! Shanae wants to meet you. She said she wants us all to hang out together next time.
I could probably handle it for a few hours. Why are you so worked up about that? You know I'm good at keeping secrets.
There is a second thing.
Okay. And what is it?
She just asked if we could be more serious.
Oh, that does make the situation a bit complicated. What did you tell her?
Nothing. I ended up stuttering through my words trying to think up something neutral to say. Thankfully you called.
Always happy to save the day. But honestly, what are you going to tell her? Or rather, what is it that you want?
What do I want? Doesn't the idea of what I might want scare you at all? Or are you just that smug?
All right. It bothers me immensely. If I required sleep as much as a human, it would keep me up at night.
What do I do, Gomeh? What do I say?
What do you want?
Here she comes. Gotta go.
Are you getting hungry? I spotted a wee little coffee shop around the corner that looks like a nice spot for lunch.
Yes. I'm famished. Actually, I feel like I'm going to vomit. A week later.
That was such a wonderful show. Thank you for coming with us, Gomeh. It was good to finally, properly meet you.
Yes, agreed. The show was lovely. You have quite refined tastes.
I see why Samir keeps you around.
Oh, somebody kill me, please.
Samir, we're ready to go. And do stop chewing on your nails like that or you won't even have any more.
Is the world spinning or is it just me?
Come here. Shani is already waiting for us by the car. I can give you a tension-taming massage when we get home.
Excuse me? That's going a bit far.
You're the one taking it too far. I only meant an innocent shoulder massage. What were you thinking?
Get to the car. Back to the present day. And then Shanae wanted us all to hang out more often because they hit it off so well. When? When did this become my life? You've been in an awfully good mood considering Shanae has been around a lot more. And not only that, Doesn't it bother you when you see her kiss me?
You'd think it would, except for one small little detail that most would miss.
Oh yeah. What detail is that?
You never really kiss her back. There doesn't seem to be the same kind of enthusiasm on your end.
Are you kidding? You're seriously watching that closely? That isn't creepy or anything.
I could keep repeating myself until you're sick of hearing it, but you're forgetting I'm not a human. I am far enough removed from your kind that I notice things most of you wouldn't.
You know, I think you're more like my kind than you think. You have to admit that being away from hell and sticking around here has practically turned you into a human. At least, I didn't think jealousy was something demons usually experienced. But you don't even seem to be going through that anymore. You're a confusing man.
I am being patient. Jealousy is an exhausting emotion.
Patient for what? You seem so sure that in the end I'm going to pick you.
You know, Samir, most would find your behavior quite awful and downright deplorable.
You started this, dude, not me.
It doesn't matter how much someone likes someone else. There is a right and a wrong way to handle a situation, and honestly, I've held my tongue, but you're not handling this well.
You pressure me constantly by telling me how much you like me. You tease me, and you're always treating me like we're already in a relationship.
You came to me about the whole experiment thing.
Wow, I gotta get this. Be right back.
Yes, dodge all the hard questions. You're good at that, aren't you?
Who's avoiding questions?
Oh, you're back. I hadn't realized.
Where did Samir go?
He ran off to answer his phone. Acted like it was important.
Well, I suppose we'll just have to wait for him to get back.
Shani, we need to talk about something.
What's wrong? Is everything all right, Gomeh?
No, it's not. Samir will probably kick my ass for this. But before I begin, may I have your reassurance that no matter what I say, I won't end up wearing either of our drinks?
Why would I do such a thing? I'm a bit more mature than that.
I do hope so. Samir's last girlfriend was a bit on the dangerous side.
May I hazard a guess as to what you're going to talk to me about?
I suppose. That's an odd response.
You love Samir, don't you?
Is it that obvious?
Painfully so.
You're not angry.
I'm not exactly happy either, but people can't always control how they feel. I can see it in both of you.
I suppose that saves me a bit of time to explain then.
I don't hate you, Gomeh. I don't hate Samir either.
So what now? I honestly wasn't expecting things to get this far without you storming from the room.
We finish the night. We have a good time, and then you and Samir go home. At this point, this is something I need to discuss with Samir, but I suppose I have a bit of explaining to do for myself.
What do you possibly have to explain?
I had suspected this a little while ago. You two may not think the way you act is obvious, but it's very clear. Especially after that message Samir's ex sent me. So I thought it would be best that we all hang out together, just to be sure for myself. I can tell that Samir is on edge and he doesn't really want to hurt anyone, but unfortunately the way he's handling this is probably the worst way to do it.
I told him he was being armapo rusticae.
Sorry?
Never mind.
Regardless, Samir does have a good heart. I feel sort of guilty as well for testing him and scaring him like I did about furthering our relationship, but I only wanted to see how he would answer.
You have absolutely nothing to feel guilty for.
Well, no matter the outcome, I truly would like us all to remain friends, if that is possible.
You're not going to scream at Samir later, are you? This isn't the calm before the storm.
Look at me, Gomeh. I truly am not a psychopath, okay?
All right. I believe you.
Now, the real problem here is Samir getting cold feet. He's afraid to admit his feelings for you, isn't he?
I'm not even sure any more of his true feelings. He's so damn indecisive. This is really strange. I haven't spoken to anyone about this, let alone someone like you.
Well, whatever I am at this point, it seems like Samir needs to decide. I'll talk to him and see if I can get him to be more open with himself.
Good. I believe that's him returning as well.
Why do you get so quiet? Were you talking about me?
Come sit, Samir. I'll order another round.
What in the hell is your problem? You're good at keeping secrets, my ass.
Samir, please, there really isn't a problem.
Why are you so angry? Shani is fine. Everyone is fine.
I trusted you to keep things a secret. Things were fine as they were. Why are you so intent on forcing me to face a side of myself that I just don't want to?
You're loaded, so I'll forgive the abuse this time, but you must face yourself no matter what. Better sooner than later before you lose everyone. No one likes being slapped or verbally abused regularly.
Get out of my life.
You don't mean that.
Leave.
Samir, you're drunk. Your mind isn't entirely yours at the moment. Why don't we wait until the morning when you're back in control to discuss this?
You make my life a living hell. If you weren't here, I could have just dated Shanae like a normal person. I probably wouldn't have lost Evra, and I wouldn't have started to question my freaking sexuality.
You wouldn't have met Evra. You wouldn't have questioned anything deeper than the cans of practically radioactive liquid that were keeping you running on fumes just to get the release of the newest RPG. And if you hit me again, I promise you won't wake up until tomorrow, if you're lucky.
I'm not afraid of you. You wouldn't lay a hand on me, other than to do the obvious, which is where your brain always seems to be.
You're just angry because, rather you want to believe it or not, you like men, and it's pissing you off because you're too much of a child to accept something so damned simple.
I told you, I'm not gay. I still like women. You're just messing with my head again.
Yes, you love women so much that you don't have an ounce of enjoyment in your soul when you kiss them? Never mind the fact that you're on your second, and the first was your very first everything. Shouldn't it have been more than desperation, which is what it obviously was?
I wanted to be around Evra all the time. And yeah, she was my first everything. I'm a sad little nerd boy who couldn't even get a girl to look this way until you, a magical demon fairy, crept back into my life and poofed my fairy tale to life. Well, it's way past my midnight in this fairy tale, and you're done.
You really don't care who you hurt, do you? As long as you were able to choke down the truth that is doing more damage to you than anyone else.
I don't like hurting people. I never mean to. This wasn't what it was supposed to be. You should have left well enough alone. You shouldn't have.
I shouldn't have what?
You shouldn't have.
Spit it out already. I shouldn't have what? I shouldn't have come back. I shouldn't have been a friend to you. I shouldn't have helped you. I shouldn't have taken care of your every trivial need for as long as I have.
You shouldn't have made me fall in love with you.
No one can make another person do that.
You did. And I've been torn between hating you for it and loving you so much that I just want to be away from you as much as possible.
You don't have to be so afraid.
I know how much harder my life is going to get, how much scarier the world will be. Never mind that you're a demon and not even a human being, which is all kinds of controversial on top of the already controversial.
Oh, come here, you drama king. You're worried about grandiose possibilities, which isn't helping you at all. You will be fine. The world will still be the same. You don't have to make an announcement or even scream it to the rooftops. You just be, and that's all there is to it.
Everyone always makes such a big deal out of it. It's always so hyped up about announcing things, telling everyone you know in order to live openly, and all that. It's exhausting. And then there's my channel. I don't want to lose any fans.
Samir, you aren't even entirely sure at this point about much of anything. Have you ever thought to just relax a little and just do what your heart wants? You know, instead of fighting it. And fans are fans. You'll have more and you'll always have less at the same time. People who leave because of how you live your private life are not worth your time anyway. So pull up your big boy pants and start living the life you need to live for yourself.
I'm sorry I fought you for so long because of my own insecurities. I know you were just trying to help. As a human speaking though, it's a scary thing to realize about yourself. It takes time to undo conditioning that society programs into your head the day you're born.
Deprogramming starts now.
Wait, what are you doing? Are you going to magic it out of me or something?
No, Samir. I was being silly.
Ah, okay. Gotta get used to when you're actually magicking things or not.
I'm about to magic you to bed in a minute so you can get some rest. You'll probably have a bit of a headache in the morning. Something amusing.
I heard the first few words and kind of panicked a little, then I realized that when you were done talking I felt kind of sad.
You really are pissed. Your moods are all over the damn place.
I just meant that maybe it would be better if I had someone to be by my side in case I get sick later.
You're expecting me to hold your hair back? Not that there's much of it.
I could really use the comfort and support of a buddy right now. You wouldn't deny me that, would you?
All right, fine. I guess I won't mind being your cuddle buddy for the night.
We can stay up until the sun rises and play Have You Ever?
Fine. So shall it be. Just don't kick me out of bed this time when you wake up because you couldn't remember the night before.
I'm pretty sure I'll remember. Besides, it's a bit different this time.
Come on. Let's get you some rest. I won't go anywhere.
Oh man, okay. So, have you ever had a pet?
A pet? Like your cat?
Yep. Just like Mr. Bigglesworth.
Just like. Samir,
What?
that's just bad.
Answer the damn question.
All right. I did have a pet actually. He was a little imp named Edgar who followed me around similar to a dog. He liked the taste of searing flesh best, and his favorite thing to do was run about the lake of fire outside our own little corner in hell.
Really?
No, not really. I was just teasing you.
Ugh, always. Did I ever tell you that your laugh is actually really pleasant on the ears?
I'd already guessed. Now get some rest, Samir. No offense, but your legs are cutting off my blood supply.
Hey! What are you trying to say about me?
That you need to eat a damn cheeseburger sometime. You're practically just bones.
I can't help my metabolism.
Whatever. Personal body pillow or not, just sleep. Good night.
Good night.
Yes.
Good morning, Gomeh. How's Samir?
He's as good as he can be, I suppose. Probably just a headache, but I'm letting him sleep.
Good. I was worried about you two when you left the bar last night. Samir seemed in a very bad mood.
That's putting it lightly.
Oh dear. Perhaps we shouldn't have brought it up.
I think Samir will be fine. Alcohol is a depressant after all, and Samir seems to be completely random in his handling of it.
Well, take care, okay? And I don't just mean of yourself.
Of course. As soon as I get a feel for Samir's mood, and this is assuming he won't be down for most of the day, maybe we could talk about this while sober.
Absolutely. I have to get back to work. Catch you later. There is definitely something about Gomeh, but what? I'm so out of practice it's all so hazy, but there is something about his energy that isn't right. Oh dear, code blue.
I've seen this place before. But where? And when? Have you already forgotten? Forgotten what? Where are you? Of course you'd forget. Geez, it has been a while. What are you doing? Wait a minute. Gomeh. Are you screwing with me? Oh my god, Samir, I'm your conscience. You know, that little voice in the back of your head that you keep ignoring? Prove it. What does Ermabo Rustice mean? Eru. What? So maybe you're my conscience. Why show up in a dream as the person I've been trying to leave behind? To get through to you. You know what a shock factor is, dude? It gets people's attention better. Alright. So why are you bothering me? Oh crap. Oh right, here comes the nausea. Maybe you should stop overdoing it. I'll be fine. What do you want? It's time to wake up and stop feeling sorry for yourself. You need to move on from this self-destructive behavior. Lovely, I'm going to give myself a hard time too. Listen, we both know the path you're going down right now isn't a good one. You're beating yourself up over something so stupid. It's not stupid. Well, obviously it is since I'm saying it to you, and I'm a part of you. Just go away. You're a reminder of something I want to forget. Fine. You want to destroy yourself over this? Go for it. But I think it's time you realized that life isn't so linear, and not everything goes as planned. Welcome to the real world. You spent way too much time cooped up in this apartment, and now that you're finally seeing the world as you should, you're nothing but a ball of anxiety. That manifests as anger, by the way. You should do something about that. Dude, I've got a headache. Let me sleep without getting a lecture, okay? Okay, but when you wake up I want you to get some help for yourself. If I promise, will you go away? Look at you. You're not the Samir you used to be. Get your sleep. Gomeh. Was this all just a bad dream? One way to find out.
Oh good, you're awake. Don't feel too horrible, do you?
I think I need to talk to someone.
You've got someone right here.
No, I mean, someone outside of all of this. Someone like one of my old friends.
If you feel that's what you need to do.
I guess I should tell you who called last night when I left you and Shanae.
Oh, so you weren't lying.
What? No!
All right, all right. Don't get so upset in the morning.
Sorry. It was my friend Damien. I haven't seen him in a while. Not since he was in med school anyway.
Maybe it's a good idea for you to reconnect. You don't really do much outside of me and Shani anymore.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to try to see if he wants to meet up today.
Aren't you feeling awful from last night?
I can feel awful sitting here, moping over the jerk I've been to everyone, or I can try to go out and get a hold of myself.
That's the spirit. You should take your time today then.
Thanks for putting up with my crap.
I suppose it's more than most would do, and while I was about to hightail it out of here last night before you relented, I'm not going anywhere.
You were going to leave? For good?
Samir, people can only take so much abuse before they finally decide it isn't worth it.
I'm really sorry. I'll work on it. I never used to be that way.
Good. Now, I believe you have a friend to reconnect with.
Yes, I can come in tomorrow if you need me. Yes, no problem at all. All right. I'll speak with you later. Thank you. Bye. Sorry about that.
It's okay, dude. That thing on your ear really makes you look like a busy guy.
Besides that, are you really Samir? You look completely different from the last time I saw you.
I'm not that different, am I? You look like you've changed yourself.
I'm an intern now. This is one of my rare days off. To be honest, it's not something a lot of people would be able to handle.
So you're finally out of med school. Look at you, you're doing really well.
It seems so. Everyone is surprised I can handle all the stress, but I really don't have much to worry about besides myself. Which, speaking of, Did you finally get yourself a girlfriend?
Well, yes and no.
Which one is it? Or is it one of those complicated things you see on Facebook that doesn't really make any sense?
Honestly, I don't know at this point. She hasn't said anything in particular, but it's definitely on its way out.
Oh man, she isn't one of those manipulative types, is she?
Definitely not. Been there and done that. More like, I have been the manipulative one.
Damn Samir, what have you gotten yourself into? You were this lonely nerdy guy building a YouTube channel, and now you're all kinds of messed up from who I used to know by the sound of it. And the looks.
Hey, I'm still me, somewhere in here. But anyway, you want the short version or the long version?
I got all day, especially for an old friend.
Okay, so long story short. So, that's everything.
You weren't kidding when you said you'd been through a lot. Although I do remember the crap you were going through the last time we talked. I still don't know if I want to believe all of that, but it sounds like you've got your problems cut out for you.
I've been a real jerk. I don't know when it changed. Maybe I just unconsciously got full of myself because I finally felt good about my appearance, and it got to my head after my first girlfriend.
Even though this guy set you up with a girl, you don't have to go after the very first person who shows interest in you. It takes time to figure out who you work best with, you know? Then again, I think you already know who you work best with. You're just not wanting to admit it. Seems this Shanae is on board too.
I'm working on it. But hey, I don't want you to feel like you have to be my counselor right now. Let's go have some fun. I haven't seen you in a while, and I don't want it to all just be about me or drama.
Sounds good, Samir. But hey, don't be so hard on this Gomeh guy, okay? It sounds like he's being more patient with you than most people would. And it sounds like that's who you're ultimately wanting to end up with anyway.
Maybe. But let's go do something that doesn't involve complicated relationship stuff.
Don't get so down. Everything is going to turn out all right.
Okay, I believe you. Want to go to the arcade?
Samir, you want me to walk in a place like that dressed like this? We're getting older now.
Hey man, video games are still part of my career, and we're only 23.
All right. To the arcade then. But remember that you'll never beat my House of the Dead score if that machine is even still there.
Video opportunity. That way I'll have it on record and on my YouTube if and when I do.
What in the hell is wrong with me? Why am I so paranoid? Was that an elevator?
What is it? I'm busy.
We're having a bit of a problem on level 9.
Level 9 is trivial. I told you to only contact me with problems involving the first 3 levels. Anything beyond that can solve itself.
Forgive me, sir, but this soul insists he is the reincarnation of Dante, and refuses to progress lest we hear his recitation of Inferno.
Let him rot in purgatory then. I don't have time for such ridiculous farces.
Another one? They're still doing that?
I'm afraid so. It becomes monotonous after a while, honestly. Other than that, things get rather boring.
Is that why you called me here? And with a flourish as well? Was that your idea of a sense of humor? Odd for you.
I do amuse myself sometimes, but if we're being honest, maybe I missed you.
You? Missed me? Why me? I'm nothing special.
I wasn't serious. Gomeh. What are you doing?
Currently I'm wondering why my evening was interrupted.
You're getting very informal with your speech. I don't know if I like you being away for so long. It's making your head soft.
Forgive me, I have been dealing with a lot.
Yes, you have been, haven't you? Or perhaps you're just dealing with one thing in particular that you can't seem to shake?
You're the one who banished me to live as a human for a year. How could that have not had an effect on me?
A year for a demon is a simple blip in a human sense. It's happened before with others. You just seem to be vulnerable to the stupidity.
What do you want me to do then? Return. I hardly think hell is going to go into chaos without my presence.
You're correct there, it won't. If it was someone like Lucifer or Abaddon, then I would worry. However, it is getting to the point where you need to make the ultimate decision. I don't offer this to many, but I seem to go too easy on you. Make your choice.
What decision am I supposed to be making?
You honestly expect to be able to continue your work as the demon trickster Gomeh after having been so tainted? You're barely even fit to call yourself a demon anymore. Getting involved in human drama, falling in love? Becoming possessive? Gomeh, this is embarrassing.
Wait, Father, it doesn't have to be like this. Why can't we just coexist as we are?
Because you're too far gone. Can you honestly tell me you'd be able to continue to do what started all of this? Could you enter another human's life and cause discord without feeling guilty, or without wondering what Samir would think?
All right, so what? Why can't I still come home when I need to? Why can't I just be assigned other tasks?
That's not the way this works and you know it. If you were more respectable on the hierarchy we may be able to talk, but you are not a fallen, nor are you a prince or a king. You are just Gomeh. So make your choice.
Can't I have more time? I don't even know if staying up there will be worth it.
You have 1 human week to make your decision. You choose Samir or you choose hell. There is no in between and no compromise. I truly do not care which you choose, but we need to move on. I need to know whether you're off the roster or not.
All right. A week. I will try to work things out by then and I will be back to you with my answer.
Before you go, do know this. A demon banished from hell may retain his immortality, but as the years go on your magic will become more and more useless until you are a demon with nothing more than the title itself. So keep that in mind. Continue as a demon, or continue on as an immortal with a, quite frankly, boring eternity ahead of him.
I've got a lot of thinking to do.
Right, you do. I release you for now.
Samir, you'd better be worth it.
So what's with all of this all of a sudden?
Well, since you seem to be a man of one too many repressed emotions,
Hey now.
and you had trouble giving a serious answer to pretty much anything, I figured a change of scenery might help matters.
What are you trying to do? Get a confession out of me or something?
Well, I realize that's going to be near impossible with you.
Gomeh, I've told you I need some time to process everything. I've been dealing with a lot mentally for the past few days.
You've also completely stopped talking to Shani. What's going on with that?
We're not dating anymore. Why should we keep talking?
Oh, I don't know. A thing called platonic friendship.
First you're all jealous over me talking to women, and now you're trying to get me to be friends with the girl I dated. You're really confusing.
I'm just trying to do what is best for you. You rarely speak with your friends, the very few if any that you do keep. But that aside, I do have something important to discuss with you.
What's wrong? Is everything okay?
What are your true feelings for me?
How many times do I have to tell you that I need time to figure that out?
You've had nothing but time, and I really need to know.
You're always trying to push me one way or another. Why can't you just be patient with me? I've already admitted that I like you, but I'm just not used to any of this. How do I know it isn't just some weird reaction to realizing I like guys, and it'll eventually wear off?
So I'm basically that guy in the situation where you go for the first one that shows feelings for you.
I don't know. It's why I want to figure this out, okay? I promise I'll have a more solid answer for you soon.
Some of us don't have all the time in the world.
What's that supposed to mean? You got somewhere else to be?
Well, not exactly at this moment.
You're not telling me something.
Sorry, Samir. I'll be right back.
Wait a minute! He's going to drive me even more insane than I already am.
Hello, Gomeh.
Shani, as much of a joy as it is to hear from you, I'm afraid I'm a bit busy at the moment.
I apologize for interrupting you, but could we meet somewhere to talk? Without Samir.
Maybe tomorrow. Why?
Tomorrow then. I'll meet you at the cafe.
What was that about? Either way, It doesn't matter. If I can't get Samir to be honest with me by the end of the week, then I might as well start planning my eternity back in hell.
I hope I'm right about all of this.
So, what did you need to talk to me about?
Oh boy, how to say this without sounding completely mental.
Is it really that serious?
I know what you are.
Besides, a bit confused.
Don't play games. I'm able to sense this sort of thing.
So what is it that you think I am? Besides a moron in an unrequited relationship with another moron.
You're a demon, aren't you?
How did you figure it out? Did he tell you? Oh, lovely. Don't tell me you're one of those intellectual sorts that knows a binding spell or two, or an exorcism.
That depends. Should I need one or the other?
Okay, so you're a medium. Whatever. Is that why you called me here? Are you going to banish me to hell where I belong? Well, go ahead. I'm headed there soon anyway.
What about Samir? You seem attached to him, so he must be why you're here to begin with.
Oh, good Lord in hell, how many times do I have to remember the travesty?
What travesty? What did you do to Samir?
Oh well, what's once more for old time's sake? Long story short. And now we're here, making me realize once again how much of a fool I've been to even meddle with a human in the first place.
Oh my, that is a travesty. I don't know who to feel more sorry for.
At least you haven't pulled out a rosary and splashed me with holy water.
I won't lie, I was very concerned for a short while. I did consider bringing you here today to be rid of you because I suspected you had been manipulating Samir.
But yet you speak in past tense. So I take it your mind has been changed.
I suppose it has. You don't really hear about demons as if they had feelings, like humans do, so to sympathize with one feels quite strange.
You make it sound as if I'm something with little value.
I have learned better than that just now, obviously. You can't be cross with me for what I've been brought up to believe.
I suppose not. But to be entirely honest with you, I wouldn't have minded being banished back to hell again. I already feel like this realm is much worse. I fail to see what's so funny.
I can't believe that I'm about to help a demon, but it sounds like you're in quite a predicament.
That's putting it lightly.
The fact that you would risk this much for a human certainly is telling of your true nature and your true intentions. Rather demon or human, you have a good heart, and a good heart always deserves happiness.
Nothing can be done. I have a few days left to figure out what I need to do, and I fear I've only wasted my time.
Don't give up yet. I've got a plan.
How ironic this is, my desire to be the total opposite of what I had wanted only a few years previous. I feel as if my very existence itself is something to be scorned no matter what realm I choose to occupy. Is the matter too far out of hand now? Can I no longer exist anywhere without this dull pain that throbs within my chest, behind this very flesh that I falsely claim to be my own? I am not human, although I have come to live as one. Dare I even say that I wish to have this flesh stripped from these bones, bit by bit, until I no longer can feel that dull and sickening pain. Why can't I just choose the quiet insanity of the void? This is only going to accomplish nothing.
Why all the creepy, weird demon coming from the shadows stuff? And where's Shanae?
She isn't coming.
Okay, so, what's going on?
Do you remember last year when you arrived here to meet me, despite your misgivings?
Yeah. I remember waiting for the train and thinking I had made a huge mistake.
I'm sure you retain that feeling to this day, don't you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Is there a point in any of this right now?
I'm leaving.
Wait, whoa, what? Where's this coming from all of a sudden? Leaving? Why?
I can't stay here and wait forever for you. I've realized I've overstayed my welcome and basically pressured you into a lot of things that you're just not ready for. I'm not sure you'll ever be ready.
I thought we were working things out, having a good time together.
I've been given a choice, Samir. Today is the day that I have decided to make it since you can't make yours.
What choice? You mean you can't stay here?
I can, but that would mean giving up everything that I existed for in the past. That would require giving up everything for you. But my time is running short, and I have spent much too long hoping you'd finally come to some sort of conclusion.
You were going to give up everything, for me?
Yes, I was, but then I realized that I couldn't possibly tell you the truth, or your answer may not be sincere. I had hoped you'd answer me honestly. Over the past week I'd been trying to get some sort of confession from you, rather it be good or bad.
Wait, this is nuts. Why couldn't you just be honest? And now you're just going to leave and I'm going to be here alone with these feelings. What if I miss you too much? Will I ever see you again?
I'm afraid not. When I return, I will never make contact with you in any way ever again.
Gomeh.
I've got a schedule to keep, as unfortunate as that is. So I guess this is goodbye, Samir.
No. Wait.
Lucifer,
Yes, sir.
take Gomeh off the roster.
You mean?
Obviously. Now, let's get moving with the rest of eternity, alright?
Gomeh. I love you. You never did tell me what the big plan was. What? What was it?
The big plan. To just be honest.